Greetings from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, this is the Lionel 2036. I'm going to be running this on the outside rail, very likely from now on. And it's a good heavy engine. It's a good puller. It's an excellent puller, in fact. Even with 20-some cars, it pulls them just absolutely perfectly. So anyway, I wanted a tender for it, and I didn't have one. I had a slope back tender, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted a full-size box tender. So I had this one. It was the tender for the 1829, I believe. And this is a big tender, as you can tell. It has very large wheels on it. The problem with it was the coupler was tilt, plastic tilt. And that really limits what you can do with these things. So what I did was I just took it apart and took out the rivet, put a screw in, and replaced the coupler with a tab and slot. And you can see, but by doing it this way, it brought that tab and slot up, because it's on top of this truck. It brought that tab and slot up high enough that it drops now directly into a Lionel coupler. But you can also rebend this to use virtually anything. It's a universal coupler. If you want to pull Marx with it, just bend it down a little bit. But in this case, it was just a really perfect and easy, simple way to get myself a Lionel tender. Now, one of my biggest complaints with Lionel anything is the fact that if you go look for a Marx tender, they're $6, $10. You go look for a Lionel tender, and they're $40, $50. So it just seems pointless to have a different name on it when you can find a Marx part that will do the same thing. And in this case, I got a tab and slot on both ends. This is a nice big tender, and like I said, it's probably for the 1829. I'm not really sure what it was for. It just came in a box of parts that I got. Anyway, it goes really well with the 2036, and it now couples directly to Lionel, so I don't have to use a coupler truck. I don't have to use an adapter car of some kind. I can just drop this tab and slot directly into the top of the Lionel coupler, and that is locked together. I can't imagine them coming apart. It's a really snug fit. Works perfectly. And so I have a new tender for the 2036, and this is what I'll be running with it. So this is running really well, as you see, really smooth. It has lots of power. Pulling 20 cars right now, and it still has lots of power. I can't take it much above 60%. That's 50% power right there. So I think that tender looks nice on there. And it eliminated that second tender I had to haul around, because the second one had the Lionel coupler on it. So I had 21 cars on here, so I was able to remove one of them and then actually improve on this old Marx tender. So this is the new tender for the 2036. These two will be very likely staying together. They look nice together. The size is approximate, and it's now universal. It'll couple with virtually anything. This will couple with Lionel. It'll couple with Marx knuckle couplers. It'll couple with tilt, and of course it'll couple with tab and slot. So a really simple way to modify this, just by pulling the rivet, replacing the coupler with a tab and slot, and then putting the tab and slot on top of the truck to really bring it up in height. And it was just absolutely perfect to convert this to work with Lionel. Really simple way, without having to spend $40 to get a nice tender you want that is a Lionel tender. So I just want to do a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.